Hey, this is Matt Giannone. Here's some comic reviews for you. We got Action Comics, some Civil War tie-ins, Civil War 2, Gwenpool, and stuff. All right, let's start off with Action Comics number 959. Overall, I mean, this was like a decent read. But it wasn't to me. It wasn't the best. Let's put it that way. I thought the art and some of the battle between Superman and Doomsday was the better part of it. For me, the big part of the book problem was I felt that I've read this book before. I mean, I've already gone through the storylines of Lois sitting on the sidelines crying and worrying if Clark is going to be okay. And to me, it was just like that's all this book was. I mean, granted, there's more to it because you added the kid and then you add Lex Luthor to the mix. But to me, it was just kind of like I've read this before. And I guess when you get to that point where it's like you're retelling the same type of storyline, why tell it? Give us something different. But it is what it is. Gwenpool, number 4. This was a fantastic book. It was really fun. It was really entertaining. And, I mean, it was comical. You have MODOK trying to kill Gwenpool doing her best to stop that from happening, and she's just taking him out little by little. And this book was funny. This book had spunk to it, and for me, Marvel's really doing a great job with these types of titles. I've heard Squirrel Girl was good. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is good. Miss Marvel is good. Spider-Woman. All of these books are taking chances and they're doing stuff differently. And, that's why I think for me this is the breath of fresh air. It's like, this is one of those books I just look forward to reading in the stack. I stick it somewhere in the middle so this way it's like when you get that comic fatigue, it's like, boom, there it is, and you look forward to it. It's just a lot of fun. And I just wish Marvel and DC both took more chances in general like this. And I think they could ultimately be more successful with it. Instead of just keep putting out the same Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, books. But I don't know. We'll see. You guys have to buy this stuff, I guess, if it has to work. But this is a good read. Buy the trade if you haven't been buying it. All right, Civil War 2, Part 3, The Death of a Superhero. All right, now I'm going to be careful because I know there's people who haven't read it on the spoilers yet, so I don't want to tell you who dies. But I will say this, the person who dies is surprising. It's sudden. I expected more, but it happens and really fast. And the rest of the issue is basically spent at a trial. Now, the art is fantastic. The death, like I said, was just like, wow. And it really is this is the issue here at the heart of the split. You have people already starting to take sides, and it's really showing that, while yes, it's great to have something where you can predict the future, on the other hand, somebody died who maybe didn't need to die. There could have been a better way of handling it. Even actually, the way they even handled it from the beginning could have been different. But, that's besides the point, I guess. The ending, though, is where, I guess, also where things are going to really kick off, because Tony figures out how Ulysses' powers work. And I need issue number 4. That's all I got to say. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. Not a 10 out of 10, more like an 8 or so, but it was a good read. Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. Now, this to me was a really fun, action-packed, little dashes of comedy here and there, and I really enjoyed it. The one surprising thing, though, was like Kitty Pryde goes up to the king of the Badoon, that planet, and she's like, I'm Kitty Pryde, I phase through things, you better, basically give up or else I'll pull your heart out, and she does. She pulls something right out of his body. And I was just like, whoa, that's very unlike Kitty Pryde. The Guardians of the Galaxy are rubbing off on her. overall, this was really, I mean, I had fun with it. And I think the way the Guardians have been going for me, where it's been ups and downs, this was a great way to end the story arc. Civil War II, the new Avengers 13 tie-in book. Yes, this does tie into it, but it doesn't tie in directly, as you might expect it to. Well, not really. I think we all know that it's not going to tie in directly, but it's basically a parallel story. Where they get a prediction, and Shield basically figures out Songbird is a traitor, and from there we also get an attack on Avengers, or the AIM Avengers. So overall, I mean, this book's picked it up a little bit. The art, I'm happy with the art, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, not really enjoyed it, but I enjoyed this much more than I liked some of the other the new Avenger books. And then there is the all new XMen Monstrosity, which I'm so glad this Apocalypse War is over. This scene does not happen at all. Basically, it's Hank and Kid Apocalypse trying to get home. Hank kind of disrespecting Kid Apocalypse, or he basically feels that he's being disrespected on, and Hank's just like, "Bitch, I just want to go home. We can't be meddling. I gotta go home." And to Hank's point, he's correct, because it's one of those things where you step on the flower, then now you've created the butterfly effect, and who knows what type of damages you've caused in the future. Overall, I mean, while the art was good, it's just that I felt that this whole series was just bad. It just never needed to happen. But you got to tie it into the movie, I guess. But yeah, I just wish this was it's a mess, really a mess. Anyways, that is some comic reviews for you. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Let me know what you guys were liking, what you guys didn't like. Like and share. We'll have some more stuff later. So until next time.